All right, guys. We are right around the corner from Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day. Now, to a lot of people, it's another Steven Spielberg movie coming out. It's a Spielberg movie coming out, and he's dealing with aliens again. With Close Encounters, E.T., War of the Worlds. He's doing it again. And so people who are in pop culture space and everything else, too, they're like, this could be a fun movie, Steven Spielberg. To the UFO community, it might be a little bit more. Not just because it's about disclosure and all that, with everything going on in the UFO community and the idea that there might actually be new information coming out, all these UFO files and everything, and the rumor of actually telling us that we're not alone and all that. It's also the fact that Steven Spielberg is very well read in this topic. From Close Encounters until recent appearances on Colbert, and his interest in the topic alone is not just fantasy, right? This is going to be a fantastical movie. I'm sure there's going to be things that he adds in there with his wonder and what makes him possibly, arguably, the greatest director of all time. But this is also something to where people are wondering, myself included, will there be things in there, whether Steven Spielberg has heard things, knows things, been told things that he has been able to add into this movie? We know that there's rumors and other things about past cases that would be mentioned in this. So let's see what the trailer has to offer. We'll watch. I haven't seen the final trailer yet. I haven't seen anything about it yet. So we're going to check this out. We'll discuss it afterwards, and let's get to it. So here's Disclosure Day, final trailer. Right on.
I can see you.
That's right. He's able to. Jeez.
I am much more inclined now than I was when I made Close Encounters.
Wow.
To really believe that we're not the only intelligent civilization in the universe.
What did you steal?
Secrets.
I want to go back and look at those pictures.
People have a right to know the truth.
This is a story about us. All of us.
Good morning, Kansas City.
Up against the most extraordinary event in human history.
What's happening to me? I'm frightened. I'm frightened out of my wits.
You don't need to be. You have someone else.
Daniel Kellner,
Who is this?
do not go back to the house. They found you. I don't know who you are, but they're gonna kill you.
Oh, shit. That's cool. She's going to turn into him.
The human race cannot accept what we know. We need to stop him any way we can.
What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing?
This 79-year cover-up of the truth has to end.
Jeez. Okay.
We're interrupting our coverage.
How will disclosure change us?
Love the way
I
this
believe
feels.
for the better. It will remind us of our capacity for empathy, and that there is something bigger out there than just ourselves.
This is very interesting. Huh. Is he going to tie into Close Encounters? I wonder.
The only way to know your purpose is to go back to where it all began. I know you.
I know you do. What happened to us?
Oh, shit. Oh, wow.
I used to say to myself, wouldn't it be wonderful if all of this turned out to be true? I'm now thinking, wouldn't it be wonderful for people to know
They're coming.
all of this is true?
So crazy. That's a great shot. Great shot. Creepy sound.
Disclosure Day.
Okay, so I don't know. Maybe it was about a year and a half, 2 years ago when this thing was announced, or when we were having rumors about it. If you watch farther back enough in my my videos, I talked about how I really hoped that this movie would be more about disclosure and the idea of it and things that have happened in general than just another War of the Worlds type thing that Steven Spielberg did. Something more along the lines of like The Post, And that's what this looks like it's going to be. Clearly, there's some other things that they want to keep you on the edge of your seat. So there's the chases and everything, and things that you look at the danger that a lot of these whistleblowers put themselves in, and the information to try to get it out there. And I'm sure how a lot of people have been silenced or attempted to be silenced, and they're playing into that. And the narrative of how he's selling the movie is very interesting to me, because is it coincidental that this is the year that more and more people are talking about disclosure, and more people are talking about, is this going to happen? The rumor that, the White House is going to actually release information that we're not alone, and that there is other life visiting here, and there has been, and the bodies and whatnot have been recovered, and we have been visited, and all that. That's been rumored recently. And is it coincidental that Steven Spielberg is doing a movie like that? And is it coincidental that Steven Spielberg is marketing it like, well, what if we actually said this did happen? Not how cool would this be if it would happen? Isn't it cool that it did happen? So is there information that he's getting? Does he know something that we don't know? The powerful, whether you're not in government or not, they know shit. And look at this right here. Like, this alone, kind of playing into the Hollywood side of it, right? This here, you see this. This, from what people are saying, you see these two dudes in the back here. And I don't know how much they're going to play into, but so right there, that seems to be the heavily rumored circumstance of what happened with Jackie Gleason and President Nixon, that they're around the alien bodies, and that Nixon took him to see the alien bodies, and that's what we're seeing there. That maybe they're recreating that, whatever it might be. So it looks like, at least what they're talking about in this trailer alone, that there's all these different things of this cover up, and they talked about it, right? Like we've covered this thing, we've talked about this thing over the last 3 years, the different events, circumstances that were covered up, talked about, rumored. They'll probably cover the Roswell things and other, because they mentioned this. So there's this cover up that's been going on for 70 plus years. It's got to end. And I mean, that's been said inside of this thing. The question is, how much of the topic Steven Spielberg really diving into? What will he put Easter egg stuff in there? Things that people who watch this channel, people who are paying attention to this topic, you guys know. I know what he's doing. Is this going to be something? Because I've mentioned this a billion times, and I probably mentioned a billion times a day, the Dan Farah aspect of it. Dan Farah and Steven Spielberg produced Ready Player One together. Age of Disclosure. How much conversation and talk have Dan Farah and Spielberg had since that movie? Has Dan Farah said, "Look, I talked to so-and-so who said this. I have this information that said this." And Spielberg said, "I know that too. I've had this conversation." Spielberg knows a lot of shit. There's a lot that he knows. And what's going to come out in this movie? Is this a piece? Yes, it's meant for entertainment. Yes, it's going to be a story where you're having all these different actors and actresses putting together this story to say, hey, this is something that we should be talking about, because that is how they are selling it. They're not selling it like they could have sold it like, oh, it's just a what if. And in the way that when Obama said initially, aliens are real, and then backtracked and said, no, I was just saying that, we're the only, it would be cool. We're not the only ones out there. It would be naive to say it. That could have been the narrative to this movie. Narrative could have been like, well, we just wonder that we feel there's been a cover up and there's been these things, and what it would be cool if this type of thing happened. We don't know. It's possible. He's saying this is coming. That's his narrative. He says at the very end, not what if. How cool is it that it did happen? Like, he knows something. He's out there. This is how he's promoting it. Because people are going to go, oh, he's just promoting a movie. You could have promoted the movie saying, with all this stuff going on, there's all this possibilities and we need to know the truth. That could have been it. Not, isn't it cool that it is happening or that it did happen? That's a different narrative. And yes, he's trying to sell the movie. There's no doubt about that. So anybody who's about to write that, just stop writing it. I get it. But you can sell the movie without saying those words. So is there more to this? I think there is. I think there's more to it. I think it's a lead up. I think it's an information. I think it's a way to get the conversation going. And as we mentioned time and time again, this is not the last time you're going to hear Steven Spielberg say those words. He said it already on Colbert. He said it again in his trailer. He's going to say it again when he's promoting the movie, wherever he's promoting the movie. If he's promoting the movie on various talk shows and other places and other interviews, that's what he's going to be saying. Then during the actual junket itself, Emily Blunt's going to be asked about this stuff. Everybody who's involved is going to be asked about this stuff. And they're going to have different answers and have all these different things. And who knows how much more involved they've gotten in the topic. But it's going to be pitched differently. Does it do anything? I don't know. I've got more confidence in this than I do the next batch of UFO files, because of the block. You can't block this. Can't block this because you can say, it's just fantasy. But I guarantee you there's going to be a couple people in higher places going, how the hell does he know that? How did they put that in there? How did they get that information? It's made up. It's fantasy. I think that's going to happen. What do you guys think of the trailer? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. What do you think about Disclosure Day? And are you going to be there opening weekend? I want to hear. Thanks again for being here. I appreciate it. And we'll see you guys real soon.